Hello everybody, my name is Eddie Cole and welcome to my channel. So as you can see, today we are doing a tier list and this is an ultimate musical instrument tier list. As you know, I am a genius musical composer known for many symphonies of pure euphoria, such as Sand, Gravel, and a Stack of Dynamite and Rhythm Before Joy. Those are just two out of the four musical pieces I have ever published. But anyway, uh, today we are ranking all of these uh, little instruments here. They have all been chosen because of they're the common instruments on MuseScore, which is the software I use for music making. So that's how I assume that these are the most famous famous musical instruments. And they're in a completely random order here. So I will probably just start picking on them. First off, we have the flute, I think. Yeah, by the way, I just saw that some of these are very squared. Some of these pictures. So they make for very great. Okay, anyway. We have the flute. The flute is it's probably my favorite of the woodwinds I've picked here. The flute is like the well, I was about to say that it's the ultimate in between of the woodwinds, but that would probably be the recorder. But a flute is a very good woodwind. It's also very fucking old. I think like the fucking Japanese or the Chinese or whoever the fuck invented them used them for like well thousands of years probably. I don't actually know. That's probably completely false information that I'm giving you. But anyway, some flute facts. I would place the flute at a solid A. Yes, yes, indeed. All right, then we have chimes. Uh, they're pretty fucking useless, except for they're used as I think the chimes are often used when you're listening to a book and it tells you to turn the page. You know, there's that's a chime, and other than that, I haven't like ever heard it in any fucking musical piece ever. But I guess it could probably make for some sort of use somewhere, maybe. Just a guess. But for now I would put it to D. Okay, I always have to make sure, but I'm fairly sure that this is the vibraphone, and that is the marimba. Yes, I would believe so. Also, I picked very bad images to represent them, because they look very similar here. I believe this is the vibraphone. The vibraphone is it's pitched percussion instruments. Yeah, the both of them are percussion pitched instruments, pitched percussion instruments. Yeah, I would probably rate them both here. So first off, the vibraphone. The vibraphone is yeah, who the fuck cares? Everyone knows what the vibraphone sounds like. It's not like it can be used, but I wouldn't personally use it often for anything. It's like a fucking lullaby, an instrument. Then the marimba. I could rate it now to marimba. Actually, on second thought, I would place the vibraphone on like a low B maybe, and then the marimba on like a solid C. Yeah. Or maybe I'm confusing them with each other. That might also be it, but for now I will keep it at B and C respectively. All right, then we have the accordion. Yup, the accordion. And the accordion, I actually have an accordion. I don't have many instruments. I have a piano, I have a guitar and an acoustic guitar, I have an accordion, and then I have to choose harp. Which is very sad because I didn't get to include it in this list, but well, uh, the accordion. I kind of understand why people like the sound of the accordion a lot, but I don't like it too much. I mean, it's fine, but I would probably place it at C. Yeah. Plus, it seems really fucking hard to learn. Yeah. We're keeping the accordion at C. Then we have the harp, which harp is a very fucking beautiful sounding instrument. I wouldn't probably put it to S, no. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure would I put it to A either. Maybe a low A would be good for the harp. Harp is known as the instrument that is apparently playing in fucking heaven, I guess. Although it's, in my opinion, not nearly the best instrument there is. But yeah, I guess it sounds pretty good. Yeah, I'll place the harp at a low A. Yes, exactly there. And now, what the fuck is that? Yeah, the tambourine. Tambourine. I knew it from the start. The tambourine is a it's it's an instrument. It's a percussion instrument, and it's mostly used for rhythms. It's a percussion instrument, although there are many percussion instruments that aren't necessarily only used for rhythms. But anyway, the tambourine is mostly used for rhythms. I don't know much about it. I have a few times touched it in music class, but yeah, tambourine is going for a low C. Yes. Oh, is that the? Yeah, that's the harpsichord. Now, I like the harpsichord. Many people would say that it doesn't sound good, especially people who listen mostly to modern music. But I like the harpsichord. Holy shit, my voice is cracking. I like the harpsichord because it's a very different sounding instrument. Plus, it's like the predecessor of the piano. I wouldn't give it an S though, no. But a solid A would probably be good. Yeah, probably there. Many probably won't agree with me there, but in that case, fuck you. This is my video, and so yeah, fuck you if you don't like the harpsichord. Then we have, I think that's the bassoon. Hold on. Yep, that's the bassoon. All right. The bassoon. It's a very low. Yeah, it's a very fucking low instrument. Uh, its note range was apparently from the very first octave to something. I didn't read the whole thing. Uh, I guess B probably. Yeah. Plus, it looks very cool. So actually, I would probably put it to over the vibraphone. A high B, yes. Actually, on second thought, I could probably also put it to high C. Now that I think about it, it doesn't really look fucking good either. Like, I don't understand why all of these, or some of these, wood wines have to look so goddamn complicated. Like, for example, the clarinets and the oboe and the bassoon. Hmm. Well, anyway, here we have a horn instrument. I would like to believe that that's a trumpet, but it's a bit cropped out. Uh, would probably give the trumpet. I use it a lot in my music. At least the music I use for my videos. I use the trumpet a lot, which you might have seen or heard more like. Uh, the trumpet is a good brass instrument. High B, yes, high B. That's now here's a problem. I can't tell the fucking violin and the viola apart. So I don't have any fucking idea which one is which. We will pretend that this is the violin and that this is the viola. I have I have absolutely no fucking idea what technical differences there are to these two instruments. I know the sound difference, but I have no idea how they actually differ from each other. If this is the violin, then I will place it at an S. It's the first one to reach the S tier, but it's like a middle S, not a high S though. Uh, yeah, yeah, middle ass. That's pretty good. Then we have the viola. Uh, the viola is like the violin, but it sounds a lot more depressed because the violin can be used for depressing songs, but it can also be used as a very fucking happy instrument. It can be made sound happy very easily. But the viola, I haven't heard a single song which is like a happy song and it uses the viola. I haven't heard a single one, so I'll probably for that single aspect I'll a middle A is probably a good place. I would probably still place it over the flute, but not over the harpsichord. Yeah, that's good. Okay, then the fucking that's the Glockenspiel. Yeah, that's the Glockenspiel. The Glockenspiel also, at least in uh my own language, it's also known as the what is it? It could be translated as like the clock play or clock game, I guess. Uh, I guess a B, like a middle B, over the not over the trumpet, but over the vibraphone. Yeah, it's a good instrument to use for like it can give off either a very calming effect or a very mysterious one, I would say. I guess it could be also because it can be used as a calming effect. It's if it's used correctly, I guess it could also be used to frighten. Uh, Symbols. Yeah. Uh, actually just recently started using symbols actually, and holy shit, has my life been better. They're like the ultimate fucking orchestral instrument. And for that alone, I would place them at like a very high B, even over the trumpet. Yeah, they're probably the best orchestra, or not the best, but the uh, most well usable or the most usable orchestral instrument. I guess it could be used in every single orchestral piece. Yeah. So what the fuck is that? I think that's like is it the concert snare drum? I think that's a concert snare drum. I know exactly. Okay, listen. The thing is here. I know exactly how all of these sound. I just don't have any fucking clue as to how some of them look. I just very quickly downloaded some images. So please bear with me if I get something very wrong. But I think this is the concert snare drum. I would probably place it at a C, a middle C, probably below the accordion toe. I use it sometimes. I use it in actually both in orchestral music and also in electronic music. It's one of the only like uh orchestral instruments that I also use in electronic music. Yeah, I'll place it there. Then what the fuck is this big boy? Holy hell. I think that's is that a tuba? Yeah, I'll say it's the tuba, right? Mm, I'm not a very good user of brass instruments, and that's why my opinion is kind of biased against them. I would place the tuba probably at a high C though. It's one of the lower sounding brass instruments. Yeah. Yeah, I'll place it at a high C for now at least. We'll see if I change my mind. Contrabass. Contrabass. Contrabass is. I actually used to use the contrabass like a fucking ton in orchestral music, but now I don't use it that much. I use cello much more nowadays. Actually, yeah, it probably is kind of like the more I've started using the cello, the less I've used the contrabass, which is kind of a bad thing because the contrabass definitely has its place when used correctly. I would place it at a middle B. Yeah, exactly there. Uh, okay, so this is the. I have two organs here. What the fuck? Okay, well, we'll just ignore this one because this picture looks absolutely amazing. Uh, the organ. Hmm. The organ is a good instrument. It's also the fucking biggest instrument of all time if you consider that all of the pipes are a part of it. Hmm. So yeah, I would probably place the organ at like a low A, maybe over the harp though. Yeah, yeah, the organ can stay there. Then the French horn, which apparently doesn't have the fucking middle things. What the hell? I picked a strange picture. Holy shit. Uh, okay. French horn is probably my most used brass instrument. That's the only one I'm kind of okay at using. I I still don't use it a lot by any means, but it's kind of the only one I actually use along with the trumpet and the French horn I use very often in orchestral music and the trumpet in electronic, which is kind of weird. I have a very strange kind of music I make for my YouTube videos because I use the fucking trumpet and the electric guitar at the same time. Anyway, French horn or horny naff, uh, as it probably should be called. I would place it at an A, probably, actually, probably over the flute even. Yeah, I'll keep it at that. Then we have wood blocks. I think that's called wood blocks. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's just a fucking wood block and a stick. That's like some caveman shit. I guess even a D would be generous. I was considering giving it a D, but honestly, uh, I'll give it an A, I guess, because an E, I mean, because really, what fucking music uses a wood block? Probably like the fucking North Sentinelians use them. Concert bass drum, I guess. I think. Yeah, I think this is the concert bass drum. Concert bass drum, it's an instrument. Yeah, it's used sometimes, even by me. It sounds like an instrument, and I have never heard what it sounds like. But I'll assume it's somewhat similar to a concert snare drum, but lower, so I'll put it alongside it. Yeah. Claves. I play. Although have an have a very my relationship with the claves is a bit complicated. At the same time, I absolutely despise them, but I always, when we're doing some rhythm music in music class, I always pick the fucking claves because they're the easiest to play. Although I could be playing like the synth or the fucking electric guitar, I always go with the goddamn claves. It's kind of a joke, I guess. But anyway, the claves, they go with the wood blocks. Probably even, mm, I don't know. I guess I'll place them above just because of my personal preference of always picking the claves. Timpani, oh holy fucking shit. When I before said that I just discovered the ultimate orchestral music instrument, no, the cymbals aren't that. The timpani is the king of orchestral music. Although I wouldn't say, of course, that it's the best orchestral instrument, I would still say that it's a fucking godsend. It's so usable in every orchestral piece. I'll put it under the flute right there. Uh, that's a ukulele, I think. I'm not sure though. I think from the blocked string instruments, I think that's the ukulele, electric guitar. Don't have a fucking clue. Oh, that's an acoustic bass, I think. That's the banjo, electric guitar, and the acoustic guitar. Yeah. Ukulele. Hmm. High C is what I'm thinking of. It's like the guitar, but it only has 4 strings for some fucking reason, and it sounds kinda different, I guess. So yeah, high C is what I'll give it. Ooh, harmonica. I think I actually have a harmonica too. I think I've kind of tried to play it at one point or another. It sounds good, I guess. But low B, probably really low B though. I don't really see myself using it a lot. Yeah, definitely not. The drumset, one of the most used instruments. Probably, actually, now that I think about it, the most used instrument in modern music. And it has been like for a fucking century or so. Hmm. The drumset, I guess a B, probably. I don't use it very often in orchestral music. I use it very often though in electronic music. Actually, I never use it in orchestral music. It's not a fucking orchestral instrument. So I guess I'll place it at a middle B right there. Electric guitar. I like the electric guitar quite a lot. I wouldn't place it at an S, but I would place it at like an A, a middle A maybe. Probably there above the timpani. I played the electric guitar a bit, but I would still say that the acoustic guitar is what I more like playing. But yeah, the electric is fine too. Yeah. I guess these are some fucking handbells that I decided to take here for some reason. Uh, Going there along with the chimes. Actually, I would probably rate them higher because you can kind of create like a winter or a Christmas atmosphere with these. These are just for fucking audiobooks. Saxophone. I guess I guess I could have categorized this better because there are a lot of saxophones, but like different kinds of saxophones. So I'll just say that saxophones on average. Uh, hmm. I actually don't use the saxophone like at all in my music. It's not that I hate it. I think it actually sounds pretty good, but I would probably place it like under the trumpet right there. Yeah. Then what the fuck is that thing? I is that oh god, I should have picked better pictures. I guess that's the oboe. Nope, that's not the oboe, is it? That's the oboe, right? Then what is that the clarinet? I guess that's a clarinet. Yeah, but then what the fuck is that thing? Oh right, it's the piccolo, isn't it? No, no, not that piccolo. The instrument. Oh yeah, it's this picture I used. Yeah, it's a piccolo. It's the very high sounding instrument, is it? It's also the smallest. Actually, now that I think about it, the smaller the wood bit is, the, the higher its sound. I've actually never thought of it that way. I don't actually fucking get it why the saxophone is considered a woodwind. Is the no, not saxophone a woodwind? Like many woodwind instruments. Why the fuck is it a woodwind? I don't know. Anyway, Piccolo. High C. Yes. uh, this is the bass, I guess. I should have probably included like an acoustic bass and an electric bass separately. But anyway, here's the acoustic bass. I guess a B, a middle B, probably below the drum set right there. It can be used very well. I use it in electronic music quite a lot. Yeah. Or actually I use the electric uh bass more often. But yeah. Now I don't have a fucking clue what this bad boy is. I think that's the coronet. Ah, the coronet. Yes. Coronet. Yep, that's the cornet. Cornet goes to C. It's a very fucking boring instrument. Yeah, right there. Banjo. uh, I guess it can be used kinda, and it sounds kinda good. I guess, and it can definitely be used well. I'd say low B, like around here. Yep. Oh, holy fucking hell. Now I want to talk about my love for the cello. Holy fucking lord. It's honestly almost my favorite instrument of all time. I just like a couple of months ago started using the cello and I was like, hey, this sounds pretty good. Holy shit, I've been in love ever since. You can create with enough a very good cello or a cello orchestra strings a lot. Yes, with that kind of thing, you can create a fucking brass kind of sound with the cello without using any brass instruments. The cello is such a fucking godsend instrument. I wouldn't say it's still my favorite uh, instrument that goes to a piano, but holy fuck, it's close. I'll play it at place it at a very high C. Oh, what the fuck? Hold on, is this the electric bass? Yeah, I actually did the electric bass and the acoustic bass. Okay, well, I'm not sure which one. Yeah, this one is definitely the electric guitar. Yeah, this should be here actually. Yeah, I'm kinda dumb. This is the electric guitar, that's the electric bass. Yeah, I'll place the electric guitar there. Yeah, where the electric bass was. Now I'm not sure, is that the oboe or the clarinet? Oboe. I think that's the oboe. Eh, B. Somewhere there. No, not that high of a B. Like more this kind of B, yeah. The triangle. A very fucking boring instrument, honestly. And we used to play it a lot in like elementary school. High D, actually, yeah. I would say it's better than these things, but it's not a good instrument. Oh lord. Look at what we have here. The piano. I would say my favorite instrument of all time. It's just absolutely perfect in every way. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. The piano is an amazing instrument. Very, very fucking high C. I wouldn't say the cello goes over the piano. The piano goes slightly over the cello, although the cello is absolutely amazing. Uh, then acoustic guitar. Once again, one of my favorite instruments. I would probably place it. below the violin though. It's my secondary instrument. My main instrument that I play is the piano, but the acoustic guitar is my secondary instrument that I also play. I don't play it nearly as well as I play the piano. I'm not saying that I play the piano well, but I don't play the acoustic as well as I play the piano. Anyway, acoustic low as probably. I would say that acoustic guitar is a low as, violin is an as, high as, very fucking high as. Yeah. Then we have a bass clarinet or bass clarinet. I don't actually know if it's supposed to be pronounced clarinet or clarinet. I guess it's clarinet. Bass clarinet, it's like the clarinet, but it has this squiggly horn here. So for stylistic points, I'll give it a low B right there. Then the normal clarinet. I honestly don't use them a lot, so I don't really know too well how they sound like, but yeah, there. The recorder, I've actually played the recorder somewhat a lot. I would say I have a recorder in my closet, I think. And I would. It's like the ultimate blend between the woodwinds. It's like the ultimate in between of the woodwinds. It's not too high, but it's not too low. Yeah. A middle B, probably around there. Okay, and our last instrument that I don't know the name of. I'm pretty certain that that's the trombone, but I could be mistaken. Trombone. Aha, yes, I think that is the trombone. Or not, that's the trumpet, isn't it? Trumpet. Yeah, that's the fucking trumpet. I messed this up. This is the trumpet and it should go there. This is the trombone. Okay. The trombone. High C. I don't care at this point. I'm getting tired. I've recorded too much. Probably there. Uh, Here is our final tier list. It looks pretty nice. Didn't get too many like instruments that I would consider bad, but also we didn't get too many S's. There were many instruments that I would like have to add here, like the ultimate instrument of all time, even better than the piano or the cello, the Choose Harp, which I'm a fucking god at. I would have liked to include that, but I couldn't because we were going off of the Muse score thing. I don't know if it's Muse score or Muse score. Anyway, uh, yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you for watching. I see you next time. So, thank you and goodbye.